Hello, welcome to another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. With me, Owen, alongside me, as usual, is Dave. And today we're going to be covering the first test match between Australia and India. And at some point, we're going to try and get to people's comments that you've been leaving on our videos, which we're super happy about, and we love going through the comments. So thank you for that. So, Dave, before we get into the cricket, have you done anything interesting that you would like to tell anybody?
No.
No?
I probably have.
Right. How long has it been like?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I have had a bit of time off work.
Yeah?
Interesting things.
Slacking or?
Yeah, I suppose. Not that's the reason why I had time off work.
Alexis.
I bought Alexa. Oh, she switched herself on. Alexa, stop.
It's
She's
such a
off now.
massive,
Right,
it's such a gimmick that you've been done on.
I bought ALXE.
Yeah, you brought that
ALXE.
and some like little mood lights, so you can tell it to turn the mood lights on and turn them off.
That has taken a lot of my time up.
It's so lame.
We're currently finishing off making a ping pong table.
That's what you've been doing.
Yeah,
You've
so
been doing really good stuff.
Yeah, it's really fun stuff.
Right.
And how about yourself?
Nothing that good. I haven't been trying out new technology or building anything. Really?
Right.
No. We'll just leave it.
How do you feel about us covering this is something different, isn't it, today?
It's kind of nice, and
Not covering England, covering
we know
India
we've got
versus Australia. I suppose
Indian and Australian followers, so this is pretty perfect to cover. Really.
I think we'll probably say if there are good games like this good one,
Yeah.
if we will look to cover it. It's a little bit difficult because we probably won't be able to cover the whole series if you like, just because it just doesn't really work out that way, does it? We can't do that many podcasts if you like. As soon as we got England games next week as well. But I think you'll probably see us cover, the big games.
We'll cover other
games.
ones, won't we?
Yeah, most definitely. And Indian Australian fans stick along. You'll definitely be hearing more match day podcasts. Though this will count as your Sunday podcast.
Yes.
Just because of the way it's ended and the way we'll put it out.
Right, should we get into the game?
Should we crack on then?
So, really good game, actually. We were just watching the highlights.
Australia win by 333.
Yeah.
Triple Nelson.
I don't think that's even a thing, is it?
Mm.
Triple Nelson. It's not unlucky, though, is it?
It's half of the Devil's number.
But that's not... Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. But
So what happened here? India don't turn up, do they?
we were talking about it.
I've
think
just seen the mics like above your eye.
Yeah, I'm looking down at my phone trying to look at the scorecard. But a few things came out of it for me from Australia. They seem to have got a really good opening partnership and one that could last quite a while, which is good.
I think I like the as a top three in world cricket. I quite like that as a top three.
Yeah,
Renshaw, Warner, and Smith. And
apart from having stomach problems, Renshaw looked pretty good.
Renshaw had a brilliant game actually.
Yeah. David Warner's always really good, but I quite like the look of Renshaw, and he's only 20, so he's going to be around.
Do you know he's apparently models his game on Alistair Cook?
Oh, really?
Though we saw a lot of slugging, didn't we, because of stomach problems. That must be horrible. Should we just talk about that?
What? Just having stomach problems?
Yeah,
How do you think he sort of communicated that? Like, what hand signal did he do to the changing rooms?
Like, I just imagine, because you know when you have stomach problems, you have cramps, and you need to go to the toilet.
If you're getting cramps,
there's nothing worse than being sat there, getting dehydrated.
I think that's why he was being so aggressive back then.
Yeah. So
I hope I either miss it and get bowled, or someone catches it.
It's just like I remember when we played cricket in PE. When we used to play what they called it house matches, but the school wouldn't dedicate enough time for sports like cricket, so it'd be like 3 or 4 overs.
Yeah.
And if you missed about a couple of balls, if you didn't score off them, they're like, hit your wickets. Yeah. That's what you must have been feeling like. So India, did they win the toss? Or Australia won the toss and decided to bat first.
Yeah, which you're going to.
Yeah, of course they are.
And they set 260, which
I thought they fucked it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was massively competitive. 260.
No, it's that we didn't see a pitch like that versus England. We saw pitches that would offer you 400, 500.
Yeah, I don't think it would make much difference against.
No, well, do you think India still would have cost 700?
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter. But
do you think, looking at that scorecard, do you think Australia did well then to hit 260, or do you think they missed out?
Well, that pitch, because the game ended on day 3. It was absolutely turning square on day 3, so it was breaking up really quickly. So 260, and they have some spinners. I mean, they've got people who can pitch it in the other half of the pitch. That's what I mean by that. Like people who have some
and Batty and all of the
reasonable control.
Yeah, I tell you what, you said it when we were watching the highlights. So the difference between England is they've actually got someone a spinner that can pitch it.
Yeah. In the other half.
Yeah. And because I'm looking at O'Keefe and I'm looking at, especially that Lyon. And if you're in any other conditions, you've got to be, those lads are getting taken apart, surely. What do you think of O'Keefe? Because that's the first time I've ever seen him.
Yeah, well.
I thought it was standard left arm off spin.
It's a really nice place to bowl in India, isn't it? With a pitch that's absolutely ragging. So it does a lot of the work for you.
When you were looking at that, were you looking at, were you thinking, this is Graham Swan good?
I think any spin bowler should look really dangerous in those conditions. Like you say, I think it's hard to judge it. Because did he take 11 wickets?
12, was it? 6 in each. Yeah.
So
it's a lot of wickets.
It is a lot of wickets, and he's done really well, but he's going to have to play in other conditions to have a judge of...
That Lyon took in the game, he took 5 in the game, 4 in one and 1 in the other, and he's dog shit.
I tell you what, there was a lot for a game ending on day 3. There was a lot of drop catches.
Yeah,
there was loads of drop catches,
and there was also a lot of shaky stuff with referrals, not referring.
Yeah,
when to refer. What was in the second innings? India lost both of their referrals in the 16th over.
Yeah,
yeah. So it was that massive no ball.
That was ridiculous.
Got a wicket
for a spinner.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous. It was huge.
Must have been thinking about. Well, yeah,
I don't know,
or something, because that was. If you saw that on a with a faster, even someone like Tyrone Mills bowling 90, you'd be like, oh,
that's really bad. A spinner that's like, I don't think I've seen that before.
What causes a no ball for a spinner like that?
He must have just completely got his run up wrong.
Yeah, it's the rhythm of the run up.
Yeah, must be just. Yeah, I don't know, because he started celebrating getting the wicket.
That has to be a rhythm for that big, because you could say, maybe, I've never bowled, but you could say, if a fast bowler's bowled too far, if a fast bowler's gone over the line too much, he's gone for an effort ball maybe, and he's put too much into it.
I think
for a big one like that,
you definitely know. You definitely know as well.
Well, it must,
because it feels so much closer.
Yeah, feels so much different to.
But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise how big of a no ball that was.
But you are right. There was a lot of misfields, drops.
To be fair,
bad.
They were all close in, weren't they?
Yeah, but there were some of them where
you'd be really disappointed they were dropped.
I think both Steve Smith, before he got the 100, he got dropped a couple of times. Yeah. Before they got the 100, that simple one.
And Australia dropped quite a few.
Yeah.
So, in all, an actual really entertaining test match.
This is the test matches that I would have loved to see for England.
Yeah.
A test match that, it only went 3 and a bit days. So three days, was it? But we didn't have to see 500 play another score.
Why did Kohli look like you could get him out? Do you think it was just a difference in angle?
Mitchell
Stark left arm and bowling across him.
And was it the left armour of... Who got him the second innings? Was it the left arm of
he left
O'Keefe?
One that just spun on.
Yeah, so maybe it was the left armers that did it. Should have given Ansari more of the...
He got... I mean...
He got made
his first innings,
both of them, didn't he?
That was really bad, the first one. And then the second one was embarrassing. Although, saying that, I don't think O'Keefe's bowled a straight one. I think that's natural variation of the pitch, and it just hasn't turned at all and just gone straight on. So it looks like good bowling, but I don't think it should have turned, and it didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I can...
But you always look stupid when you leave it and it bowls you.
Thing is, though, it's like, why is Ashwin batting at number 6?
Probably for how well he destroyed England, probably.
Yeah, I suppose. That Sahar comes
How
up
many
with 7.
50s did he get? He smashed England all over the place.
So I'm looking at... All right, this is weird, right? But I'm looking at the teams, right? So I'm looking at the Australian team. Renshaw, Warner, Smith. If England have to play... When they play Australia in the Ashes, because we're on Ashes watch now, aren't we? It's a year away.
Right.
I think we're building up for the Ashes as an England team. And I'm weary of those three, I think. Renshaw's a very good player. Warner, we know, is destructive.
I'm surprised that Hanscom's batting that low, because I've watched him over the Australian summer. He's batted so well, but I don't know why he's batting that low.
Well, I think Marsh's days...
oh, yeah, they're numbered.
Is it Steve? What's his first name? Sean
Steve.
Marsh.
Sean Marsh.
Sean Marsh's days must be coming to an end at number 4, I think. Hanscom, I don't know much about him, but you said a brilliant.
He looked really good
averaged 80 or something
in the Australian summer. But
are you wary of him as an England player?
Well, they're really young, so he's going to be in Australia.
Hanscom
so
yeah.
So yeah, I would be.
You would be.
Yeah, danger signs.
Mitchell Marsh?
No, neither of the Marshes. I don't think have really managed to do much yet.
Wade as a player doesn't bother me at all.
No, he looks
as a batsman, keeper. He can keep if he wants. I don't give
a. Yeah, he's not really. He's definitely not. Yeah, he's going to be struggling for his place because he can't score a run. He doesn't look like he can either. It's like he's not getting unlucky.
Stark, I think, is a brilliant player.
And he cheated. But anyway.
Who's this?
Wade.
Oh.
Just smashed it.
Oh,
behind.
Yeah.
And just stood there.
Yeah,
it's like he's definitely hit.
Misuse of
absolutely
reviews,
middled it.
Yeah. Stark, I'm wary of, if I'm on it.
Yeah, he's dangerous late order, isn't he?
Well, I think
he's
a brilliant bowler.
It early.
O'Keefe and Lyon.
I think you're right. I think any other conditions, and they're very normal.
I'm not
bowlers.
seeing. I don't think O'Keefe is. When I say good left armour, I'm saying Graham Swan, Daniel Vittori.
Yeah, I know, but he hasn't had enough to say whether he is or isn't yet.
Oh, I've watched him bowling too.
Yeah, so
but I'm not shitting it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not.
Not the spinning.
He's going to tear through. Hazelwood, I like.
Hazelwood's useful, isn't he?
I like Hazelwood as a bowler. You looking at that Australian lineup? Quickly go through it again. Are there any players you would have instead of for that team to come into the England team?
To come into the England team.
So I think Renshaw and Warner will open. Cook and Warner would be ideal. Smith at number 3, you could have. Root at number 4. He gets in front of Marsh, doesn't he? Now the number 5 position, Moeen Ali, not Monty Panis. I was thinking about the left arm spin.
Yeah,
Moeen Ali normally bowls.
Yeah, I don't.
Normally bats there. Would you rather have Hanscom or Moeen?
I would rather have Hanscom.
So okay, fair enough. Mitchell Marsh or
Mitchell Marsh, you can get rid of.
Stokes would normally be
Wade, he wouldn't get in. Stark, I'd have.
Stark over Wokes.
I
think so. I think Stark's a better bowler than Wokes. Although Wokes is a brilliant team player, but Stark's a better bowler, isn't he?
I'd probably have Stark.
And then O'Keefe and Lyon know that one of them would be.
You'd have O'Keefe just because we don't have a spinner.
Not Rash? Not Rashid?
No, Rashid hasn't proven it to me yet. And then, no, I don't want Lyon. And Hazelwood's good, but I can't really replace him. Yeah, exactly. So
I'm not totally worried about this Australian team. Now, if I look at the Indian team, a lot of players.
They'll be gutted, won't they? By that performance. How has that happened?
I think to lose by 333 runs in 3 days.
Not even competitive.
Feels like an England performance.
It was really rubbish. Do you think that's just a blip?
Why has this happened then?
It's just like, my arms are getting tired.
We've just gone through the Australian
swinging
team,
the bat,
and we've seen better Australian teams, miles better than this team. Even the last Ashes, I think that was a better Australian team than this.
I think the Indian team's better than the Australian team.
The Indian team.
Yeah, the Indian team's better than the Australian
Australia
team.
are better than England.
If I was going to pick a team, I would rather have the Indian team than the Australian one. So I think it's a blip.
It's a blip. Do you think Australia might be better? let's take this game out just for a second. Be better than England in subcontinental conditions? Didn't they got the batsmen? I don't know, to be honest.
They've done much better in this one, haven't they? Although I think India have failed. Well, obviously, with the bat. Because Australia had no real pressure on them in this game, apart from the first innings, where you're always going to have pressure. But they started building up such a huge...
India in the second innings, there's no... Pujara scored a 31, but, you know, Rahul's the only one who's really turned up with a 64 in the first innings.
I think it's a blip. If it isn't a blip...
When you score 64 out of 105 runs, something's wrong.
If Australia win this series, that would be really, really impressive.
Yes, it would be, yeah.
That would be a statement if Australia managed to win the series.
Though I can't see Kohli. He'll be very embarrassed after this. I think I think he takes a lot of the pressure on for the team, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I think he'll be whipping them actually, really going hard at them because he gave it the big one against England. Has to keep it up against Australia. And
I think they'll put some huge score on the ball in the next game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say India will bounce back and.
I think so.
Looks
like it could be a good series, though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's nice that it's not just some 700 being set, though.
Yeah, this is a test cricket I prefer, really. Although, saying that, though, it's a big... Australia win by a big margin, 333 runs.
Yeah.
There's one name we haven't mentioned, and there's no surprise you haven't mentioned him.
Why?
But Steve Smith scored a very good 100.
Yeah, Michael Clarke said it's the best 100 he's scored in his career. Although I think he says that every time he scores 100.
Yeah, probably.
He says it's the best 100 he's ever scored. What's the deal with the headband?
It's horrible.
It's so manky. It's like a.
It needs to be like a crisp colour or a
It needs to be white, perfectly crisp new white,
or black. It's not like filthy grey,
like something he's left in a dog's bowl for a while and then put around his head. It looks horrible.
He hasn't got long enough hair to use that.
It's like just being a bit kooky or something. It's just weird.
I wasn't.
Although you must sweat like crazy out there.
Yeah.
So,
is there anybody you want to pick out for the Indian bowlers?
Ashwin got someone with his Karen ball. It turns so much that with not much change in his action. It's really impressive. It's such a bizarre... I've never seen it before. Of coming out the front of the hand and he kind of like got his knuckle behind it and rotates it the other way. Like I'd be impressed if it even slightly deviated the other way, but he actually gets proper turn the other way. To be fair, he got a wicket because Stark tried to smash it.
I don't really understand it. That's why I called it the cannonball.
He called it the cannonball. It's like someone jumping in the pool.
I reckon that's probably about it for
really good test match, and I'll follow that series.
Just guess how many overs India lasted in their second innings.
45.
33.5.
33. Yeah.
It's not great for trying to bath out a test.
We were watching it though, and as soon as they sort of look like they're going to lose, they just can't. It's like they just can't be bothered. Like, well, let's just
I think maybe
smash it.
They might. I wouldn't want Ashwin coming at number 6 for me.
Like England, when we lose, just totally go into our shell and won't play an attacking shot. But whereas India are just slowing like 20, like more worse than 2020.
I want to go home.
Yeah. At least let's hit a 6 if we're going to lose.
It'd be nice to know what you guys think. If you like us covering, we're not going to go too much into detail.
Exactly. We're not going to go in as much detail as England, but it is.
And we will bring it back to England. But yeah, if you like us covering international games which don't include England, then let us know, because I think we'd like to do it. Keep things fresh, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Right, let's move on to my favourite part of this podcast. Although...
Go on, keep going.
I might get slightly beaten.
Getting trolled.
I wouldn't say it was
I
trolled.
can't wait to get trolled.
But I would just say it was
slightly. Seen the trolls on South Park.
Yes. Right, shall I start bashing through these?
We got a lot, and thank you, because we do ask people to comment.
Yeah.
And we do really enjoy them.
You might think that we just wait for a few weeks and look back at them. No, we actually are checking them.
Yeah, we are.
We mess each other when we get one. Yeah. We get really excited, especially the ones that crack onto me. Right, I'll crack.
Go on then.
So, Triple CO. I'm not an expat, but my girlfriend is Gloucestershire born and bred. So I watched my fair share of English cricket. On a separate note, I very much agree with Dave. Test cricket is the only real cricket anyway. So take the white ball losses with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to say, when I had a membership at Worcester, I hated Gloucestershire Cricket Club.
Really?
They were Gloucestershire Cricket Club. Not that would you count that as a local rivalry?
No.
But Gloucestershire Cricket Club had like a brilliant, like their formidable limited overside.
Yeah.
But like there was no like real stars in there. Like there was no like international stars. They were just very good as a team and very good at playing ODIs. And I used to think, Gloucester will be able to roll them over. Come there come to New Road, and just Worcester would get in front, and they'd just always find their way back into winning the winning position. Something interesting you picked up there. I very much agree with Dave. Test cricket is the only real cricket.
Yeah, I agree. That's both our view.
Though, do you think that is slightly dangerous to think?
No.
I know you can't change it, but if you let's look at football, like the League Cup games tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. No one cares about the League Cup. FA Cup's kind of going that way.
I
people don't really care.
I think, without making it a football debate, I think it's so much they care more now because you're under so much pressure to win something. If you get into the like semi-final, quarter-final,
but when you get knocked out,
serious.
You're just like, man.
Yeah, I know, but everyone's like that with any competition.
Do you think if you prioritise your cricket, which it's a natural thing to do, I don't think we can argue about that, but is that a little bit dangerous of ignoring one side? So those, we know it happens, will prioritise ODI cricket over Test cricket and not really watch Test cricket. You think that's slightly dangerous? It's difficult.
I think they're really different. I think they are they are really different games. So you're going to like
both or one.
Yeah.
I think Test cricket, the guys who like Test cricket probably like ODI cricket more than those who like ODI cricket.
Yes,
like
definitely.
Triple CO is back again. Owen, totally agree with you with your view that cricket grounds' classic reputations are now disappearing.
Yeah.
My home ground is the Wacker, which used to be known as the fastest and bountiest pitch in the world, but now they just make the deck so it lasts 5 days.
Yeah.
This has totally altered its once historic reputation. I don't think it's in the best interest of cricket.
Nor do I. Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, you brought that up a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like there's nowhere really that's massively different to other grounds.
This is what you said. You said we don't really. I don't know. Maybe we don't really have.
It's like all Lords. It's got a slope. But like that's pretty much as it gets.
Do we have those really really fast bouncy grounds anymore?
No, I don't think we do because you have that thing of trying to make it last.
So you think you and Cam both?
I would love it to just go back. Just each ground have their own.
Yeah, I think it would
sort
be
of
nice.
Trademark pitch they're trying to achieve.
Well, then you could have a bigger squad, then, couldn't you? Bring in horses for courses players.
Exactly. Yeah. And series would be more interesting rather than the stands changing. They'd actually be grounds would be different.
Savage Pet Monkey has come in. No 4-day tests. Completely agree with the overrate comment, but losing say 50 overs from the test matches is only going to produce more draws. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah.
We've had this discussion.
We can all agree with that. We can all agree with that, can't we?
Thank you. So I mean, throwing down the blue. Yeah, nice one. Thank you, Savage Pet Monkey. It looks like a lot of people agreed with you on this one. Duke reacts.
What?
The guy who likes 5-day tests is spot on.
Oh, me. Sorry, go on.
I think your friend has a simple problem.
That's you.
It is neglectance of logic.
Yeah, nice.
What does neglect?
Yeah, you're not.
Neglectance of logic.
You know what logic is, and you're refusing to use it. That's what he's saying. I would have to agree. I think that's a very good comment.
Well, this Aim Ward has backed this up. It's not Dusra and not a cannonball. It's a carom ball.
Yeah.
Because the ball is flicked with the middle finger and the thumb like you would flick a striker in the game of carom board.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've never played carom board.
No, neither have I.
It's probably through a lack of logic.
But you can see it in the hand. It's got his little finger, little finger. I didn't mean little finger, but he's got his middle finger behind it and flicks it so it rolls it the other way.
Is that kind of like Sabutio, maybe?
It could be, yeah. But he flicks it. It's really impressive.
Thank you, Aim Wand. We did. I
did
have to apologise a few episodes later, saying sorry, it's not the cannonball. Though backs up Duke's reacts. Do you want to start doing the podcast on your own? Bring someone else in. I'm not sure.
We need it to people to hate one of us. I'm just happy it's you.
Jack Peters, why didn't you pick Rohit Sharma? Neglectance of logic. Mitchell Stark, Samuel Bedry, loving the podcast though. That come from Elds.
Mitchell Stark is a really good point. I don't know why I didn't pick Mitchell Stark.
I need it because one of my players can't
you
play.
pick people that are banned.
Why didn't you pick Rohit Sharma? To be honest with you, when it came to the Indians, when Kohli and Dhoni went, it kind of started to get a bit panicky. Thank you, Jack Peters. Rohit Sharma would be a very good choice, actually. I think he might come into my team, getting rid of one of my... I need to get rid of one of my bowlers. Mitchell Stark, Samuel Badri. Do you like Badri, that filthy spinny balls?
To be honest, I can't even think of him.
Oh, you'll see it in a few days' time.
But Mitchell Stark's a great shout. I am surprised we didn't think of Mitchell Stark.
Edz, EDZ, 66.
Right.
Ed.
Right. Yeah, what's he said?
Oh, that's Mitchell Stark, Samuel Badri.
Oh, right, okay.
Thank you, Ed.
Good comment.
Aim Wand is back. Now, this is regarding our fantasy draft, which did really well for comments.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Zaya Khan is now retired from all formats.
You just panicked, I think, during that draft.
It's because I've got a love affair because he did very well with Worcester.
Just got scared.
Owen, you thought Yadav was...
Yeah, well, at least I picked a player that actually still plays.
So, most prolific run scorer in the IPL is Suresh Raina. We both said he was overrated.
You picked a historic IPL team of players that are banned or don't play anymore.
Here is my 11. So this will be interesting.
Okay.
There's 4 overseas, 7 Indians. That's probably...
He's done it properly. Go on.
So he's opened up with Gale and Warner, Kohli, AB, Raina, Dhoni as his captain wicketkeeper. Then his bowlers go Jadeja, Ashwin,
Bavuma.
Bavoon.
No, not Bavuma. That's that little South African batsman.
Bavoon Swangwar.
Right.
Bavoon. I can't say that.
Yeah.
Boov.
Don't. You'll get more comments. Just move on.
Mustafiza and Bumrah. I don't really rate
The thing
that
is, right, that's a fantastic 11, and that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pick it because you picked someone. I was like, that's an amazing lineup, and I think we would end up with a team much closer to that. So
I think our Indians we were going to pick probably would be very much the same, wouldn't
you're
they?
right. I think that
that is a good
brilliant
lineup.
team.
Imagine Raina.
I wouldn't pick Raina.
Most prolific IPL run
I
scorer
know.
according to Aim1. So do you want to hear Aim1's 11 with 7 overseas?
Go on then.
So it opens up with Gale Warner, Kohli, AB, Shane Watson comes in. Dhoni's still the keeper and captain. Then he has Bravo, Jadeja, Bumrah, Tahir, and Mustafiza.
I wouldn't have Shane Watson if I could pick anyone in the world. Would you? In your all-time 11 IPL draft? Shane Watson?
No, it's not all-time, is it?
No, but I mean, out of everyone, what I meant, like, globally, you can pick
Ben
anyone.
Stokes I'd rather have, really, than Watto.
I think all the batsmen you could have instead of... I mean, all right. Oh, he does well, but just not someone that would come to mind.
Aim1 has come back. Thank you once again. You guys should actually take a look at the auction scheduled for Monday, February 20th. And do a podcast on it. Just looking at overseas picks in each team. Mills, Stokes, Bairstow, Wokes, Morgan, Roy, among the English players in the auction. Most players you picked, including Butler, Warner and AB, are retained and not in the auction.
Yeah.
We found this out, didn't we? I think we put a little disclaimer in the front of it anyway, saying it was a
We don't know that much about it.
Why are you listening? This is a cricket podcast, so when it isn't England cricket, we kind of struggle. Have you got any comments about Stokes going for £1.5 million? Tyrell Mills going for 1.2? Morgan going for 200 grand?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all.
That's a lot of money.
Well, not in the world of sport. Really.
In the world of cricket, I think it is.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me. I don't. I know he's got out of doing some England stuff so he can play in the IPL.
Right.
Which is fair enough, and they've paid a lot of money for him. And he's only missing out. I think it's only like
is
a
it
weird
the Island games? Is it?
Yeah, that's it. So fair enough.
It's nice to see English players.
Yeah, it is. It's cool that we've got the most expensive player.
And that has beaten the bills that Freddie and KP got.
Yeah, so that is pretty cool.
But Johnny Bairstow, I don't think he got sold.
There's so many people, though. There's so many players.
There's a lot of international players to get in.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that surprising.
Again, Aim1, thanks for all your comments. It's nice to see you come on board. I think that was the first time we've spoke with Aim1. Arkit Ranadiv, we've heard from you before. Andre Russell has been banned from cricket. You can't pick him.
This.
I can't believe we did this. Because
we actually... Don't say we. I didn't pick any banned players.
You didn't pick it up, though.
No, well,
we discussed this at length in one of the podcasts that he got banned.
Well, you were just... I
that
think
was
you
panic.
started panicking and shouting out names, so I couldn't call you up on it.
Arkit Ranadiv, thank you. So I've got to probably make some changes, haven't I? I'm going to bring in... I'm going to take Jack Peters' advice and bring in Rohit Sharma.
Right,
Indian,
okay.
And I'll have Mitchell Stark for...
Oh, brilliant. Well, can I make some changes?
So Duke Reacts...
Go on.
Has come in with his 11.
Right.
He's opening with Warner Gale.
That's the standard, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, is that... Did you
yeah, that was mine.
Kohli's his number 3 and his captain.
Okay.
AB4. Watson again.
It's that top 4, isn't it?
That's a brilliant top 4.
Yeah, you're not really going to change that top 4. You don't want Steve Smith in there.
No, well, I suppose Kohli. You'd probably prefer Kohli, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Shane
Watson in there at 5.
Yeah. Dhoni's his keeper, and then he's got Rayner at 6.
There's a lot of the same people, isn't it?
Ashwin. He's got Shao.
Yeah.
He's got Bumrah, and then this. I can't say his name.
He's popped up a few times, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Bumrah, I saw Bumrah. I've only seen him play against England, and I wasn't
the crazy arm guy.
I wasn't really that.
I haven't watched him.
I imagine he was a very good player. A lot of people are liking him, but I haven't really.
He's obviously highly rated, so I don't know enough.
Duke Reacts, thank you for your comments, especially the one that slated me.
Those are the best.
Triple CO is back, and it goes, boys. India average 461 an innings against England in the recent Test series. In the first Test against Australia, India scored 105 in the first innings and 107 in the second. What does this say about the state of
What
English
you trying to say?
cricket?
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to get all
from Australia?
Yeah, right.
You only sing when you win it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Though
it's a good point. It's a good point. Yeah, we were just rubbish.
India averaged 461.
It's bringing up a lot of hurt again. I don't want to go over it. We've been over it. We got sad about it.
I'll tell you why, right? English Test cricket, the one man it came down to.
You're putting it on one person?
Yeah.
Is it a spinner? Don't, because you got in trouble in the comments for that. I think we should stop having your opinion on this.
Well, you're going to bring someone in. Your dad wanted to come on, didn't it? If you want to see Owen's dad come on the podcast, drop all the likes and
drop some likes and comments.
We'll
have an old boys podcast. That would be great.
You have to go to like a FundMe page so we can buy another mic as well.
Right.
No, go on then. What is the state of English Test cricket? We got absolutely trounced.
No. No, we're better than Australia. India just had a blip. That was the difference. The difference is Australia had a blip, and we're better than Australia.
Finally won something.
I don't remember the last time Australia were better than England.
That 5-0, I reckon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those 5-0s, they go way under the radar. I can't even buy them DVDs over here, can you?
I don't think the Australians count them.
Triple CO, I hope you're enjoying your victory.
I'll tell you the difference. I think it's mindset. I think the Australians are so much...
Yeah,
they never beat themselves. The Australians, they're so much harder than we are. Yeah. We just get all wussy and go, we're so rubbish.
Also, I think getting a win in the first game, you'll put up a better fight than England will ever do.
Well, and we just, it's like if someone goes, you're rubbish, we go, yeah, we are. And we just start self-pitying.
Imagine England being bowled out for 260 in the first innings.
Kohli starts going, yeah! And then we can't deal with it. It's a dog walking around the hard floor. But it's a good point.
Imagine England being bowled out for 260.
What did he say? What would they average in against us?
461.
Averaging? Is that Kohli's average or the team's?
Well, his average is... We watched it, gone up to 50 yards something. Probably not after...
I don't want to talk about it. What's the next comment?
That's it.
Right, well, Australia are better than England, all right? We'll have to wait until the Ashes.
We will probably wrap it up there.
Keep the comments coming in, though. That's my favourite bit, going through the comments. I love doing the comments. So thank you very much for leaving comments.
I think I will just check now when the next England game is on. Bear with me.
This
Alexa,
is the ODIs against West Indies, isn't it? Which we've kind of commented about. We're not really sure of the relevance. I mean, we know why we're doing it. It's for the cup, but...
So, well, it's warm-up, isn't it? The first game is on Friday.
Right.
Coming up next Friday. There's also a game on Sunday, so you will not get a rainy day podcast on Sunday. You'll get another England match versus India match day podcast.
West Indies.
And so, did I say something different?
He said England versus India.
Oh, I'd hope not. Please don't. Right, that's it. That's all from us. Thank you once again for all your support. Remember, every like helps us out, so please drop a like if you've enjoyed the show. Your subscriptions mean a lot.
Keep the comments up. They're brilliant. So thank you very much.
Keep the comments running in. If there's anything you want us to talk about, drop it in the comments, and in a couple of weeks' time, depending on how many comments we get, we'll go through it. We shall see you on Friday.
Yeah, that's the game. Yeah.
And have a good one.
Sweet. Thanks for listening.